Washington Post. Laura Jo, I think you stuck your hand in front of it. So we are on. Just don't go in front of the camera.
What?
You want to be seen doing this?
This is Norm MacDonald. Norm?
Say what? Wait, Norm, say one more time.
Do you want to be seen doing this?
No, and I'm not. Until I was. Can
This
we
is
start over?
live.
Can we
No,
start-
we can't. It's live. You can't start over. So I'm Jeff Edgers. I'm the national arts reporter at the Washington Post. We are backstage. This is what happens behind the scenes when an author
That's what I told you.
is signing his books. Norm,
Yes, sir.
you're Norm MacDonald.
Yes, I'm Norm MacDonald. I used to be on the TV, but now
well, you still are on TV.
I'm an author.
Norm has written this book, Norm MacDonald, based on a true story, a memoir. How would you describe this book?
It's a book that it's a book that instead of facts, I used truth.
Is that a good? Do you think people will understand that?
No,
the
they
general
might not
people?
understand that.
Yeah.
It's partly fact and partly fiction, as Chris Gustafson would say.
And what are you doing right now?
Now
it's
I'm
very
doing
mechanical.
This, yes, the thing that this is not my idea. I'm signing my name on a bunch of books. The problem is later people will want me to write something to them. You know, like you say this is Deceive, your best friend ever, stuff like that. I get a lot of that.
But you feel like this is saving a lot of time.
No, I don't. I'm just doing what I'm told, like some kind of monkey, you know, with an organ.
So Norm, this book is, there are many things we could say about this book, but it details your time on Saturday Night Live, right?
That's right. It details my time on Saturday Night Live.
It talks about your celebrity friendships.
Yes, I've friends with lots of celebrities. I make it a point to have no non-celebrity friends.
Adam Sandler, he's in there, right?
Yeah, I realize that people that aren't celebrities are worthless.
Through the writing of this book, or
Through the
just
writing
in
of
your
this
life?
book, yeah, I started thinking about people, started thinking about my life, and I said, geez, you know, my mom and dad, what's so big about them? Nobody ever heard of them. But Sherry O'Terry, it's a different story.
So, thank you. We've been waiting for that. I hadn't asked my Sherry O'Terry question yet. I may not. So, and this book, so how much of this book,
Now, I'm
says
being helped to doing this, by the way, so people know, or who's in on this?
well, she can't, I don't think we can see her because she does not want to be on film, but it's a
Why
qualified,
witches? It's ridiculous.
how would you like to describe?
I'm
You're our host, aren't you, Katie? What's your name?
Jackie.
Sorry, Jackie. I apologize. Her name's Jackie. The reason I don't remember is she's not famous.
So this book, how much, it's based on a true story. Is there a percentage you'd say that is true?
Well, it's all true. It's all true, but you know, it's not factual. Like you know, Jeff here deals with journalism, where it's facts. So he's a man who deals in facts. But I'm not.
But the distinction is sometimes you can have something that's factually correct, but is actually untrue,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like, for example,
Everything you write. No, yes, you know that, you know, facts can be bent to any shape and to convince anyone of anything, and truth is a whole different matter. Truth has no agenda.
so this book was written by, you had a ghostwriter, right?
Yes, a ghostwriter named Terrence Keane.
And is he here tonight?
Terrence Keane is here tonight.
Okay. And you get into all the episodes that you talk about.
I may as well, whatever.
What?
I don't want to spoil part of the book, so we won't talk about Terrence Keane anymore.
And
He'll be here tonight in spirit.
so one thing that's important is tonight we're actually going to carry this event live at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock? Yeah?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock
7 o'clock.
on Facebook.
Facebook Live, Washington Post. We're going to carry Norm's reading and question and answer session over at 6 and I, which we're just so lucky to be here. But we have a big crowd. But if you couldn't be here, you couldn't be in town, you're going to get to experience Norm live. So, anything else?
We have a question from Jason Schleicher. What is your favorite choice in cheese?
Where's Jason?
That's a Monty Python sketch. My favorite choice in cheese, I'll go out on a limb and say cheddar. Cheddar cheese. Maybe not the most popular of cheeses, but I like it.
Where are these questions coming from?
From our Washington Post audience on
Oh,
Facebook.
great.
Oh,
That's
wonderful.
exciting.
Well, they certainly
Yeah.
seem well read.
Do you have any other questions?
Is that it?
Lena
Cheese
says,
one?
what are you doing, signing books? Right?
Yes. And there's no other answer except yes for that. Unless I wasn't doing it, and then my answer would be no. Anything else?
What's your favorite OJ joke from Ryan Policinski?
Oh, my favorite OJ joke was one time they showed his, Johnny Cochran, his lawyer, put on his hat, put on OJ's hat in court, and then my joke was OJ didn't help his cause any when he jumped out and yelled, "Hey, hey, hey! Easy with that. That's my favorite stabbing hat."
That's good.
We have a
I think
question-
it's
He didn't
actually,
help his cause any.
I think it's lucky stabbing.
Lucky. Yeah, it is.
we have a question from Jace.
That's my lucky stabbing hat.
We have a question from Jace. Will you be upset if you get a statue made out of you like Gordon Lightfoot?
They made a statue of Gordon Lightfoot? Were you aware of that? Would I be upset? Well, Gordon Lightfoot, I hope they made a statue of him from when he was a young man. But I'm a huge Gordon Lightfoot fan, so no, I would be honored by that.
And Paul David Kushner asks, how is it working with Mike Tyson?
Well, I've never met Mike Tyson. We were just talking about that,
Yeah.
Jeff and I, that Mike Tyson had a funny line that he said, I don't know, Norm MacDonald, because he says, people keep coming up to me, asking me, I can't do Mike Tyson, obviously. So he said, everywhere I go, people say, hey, you work with Norm MacDonald, you work with Norm MacDonald. I never met Norm MacDonald, I don't know Norm MacDonald. I don't know Norm MacDonald from a can of paint. The only thing I know about Norm MacDonald is he's very famous. So I thought that was like Yogi Berra, I don't know Norm MacDonald, but I know he's very famous.
And Tony
But
Burkhart.
yeah, he does all his parts. This is a show called Mike Tyson Mysteries, in which I play one of his pigeons. And I do my parts from a recording studio. He does his parts from his giant mansion in Las Vegas. So, but I might go there and interview him for my podcast.
That'd be nice. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be a fun guest. I very much like Mike Tyson. Very much
That's
like-
worth noting. You've restarted the video podcast. You did
yeah.
one with Stephen Merchant. Do you have more that are already recorded?
Yes, in the can.
In the
I have
can,
some
yeah.
In the can.
Who's on them? Can we?
Who do I have that's
Can
in
we
the
give any-
can?
Yeah, who's in the can?
A boy named Bobby Lee
Yeah.
is one of the new faces, the future of comedy. Margaret Cho. Not exactly the future of comedy, but she now hosts Fashion Police. And a delightfully funny man. I didn't know how funny he was, but he was hysterically funny. One of the best episodes we've done was with Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
Yes, the
Yeah.
impressionist from Saturday Night Live, but much more than an impressionist.
Yeah.
Fascinating guy. He, I first met him, I was in Boston, and I was just in a hotel, and he was there with Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park. I said, what are you guys doing? Well, they were writing South Park. So I said, Bill, you write South Park? Like he was on Saturday Night Live. So it was very strange to me that he also wrote South Park. I go, so you wrote South Park first and then you just continued? He goes, no, I wrote South Park after. So he said he loved South Park so much, and the structure of it was so good. He wanted to learn structure so he could write a movie. And he went to these guys and asked if he could do it. And he also did the same thing with Pixar. He wanted to learn how to write for that kind of movie because he had an idea. So he went to Pixar. He said, I'm Bill Hader. I do Stefan on Saturday Night Live. laughs, you've seen me. And so it was really cool. He wants to learn things, so that's how he does it. For free, he goes,
It's like an apprenticeship.
yes.
Except that he's famous.
It's like, yeah, it's like auditing
Yeah.
things. Well, I remember David Geffen said, like, when he first came to Hollywood, he would have lunch with a different guy every day. And, you know, within a few months, he'd had lunch with everybody.
Hmm.
Everybody wants to have lunch.
So, do we have any more questions?
We got one last question. What's your special guest, your
I
favorite
think there
special
was
guest
one
on
last
SNL?
question.
Yeah.
Well, there might be more, but maybe for this section.
You're gonna
For this
resume.
session,
Oh,
Yeah.
what was the question?
Who was your favorite special guest on SNL? From David Wynn.
Special guest.
Yeah.
You mean like a guest host?
Yeah, guest
Like
host.
a host.
Yeah.
Like a host.
Yeah.
Guest host is like the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
With Johnny Carson. My favorite host was Bob Newhart, because Lauren would always ask who we wanted as a host, and people would say people that I didn't know, because I don't know new things. And very often, like the first episode I was ever on, the musical guest was I still can't remember.
Nirvana?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
I just incredible memory. No, I just guessed. Because it was, your first episode was probably like 93?
Right, yes, it was
Yeah.
Nirvana.
He researched.
Yeah.
So it was Nirvana, which
Yeah.
we somehow knew. So I didn't know. Other people were like, "Oh, Nirvana," and I didn't even watch them. And then they were no more, and because Kurt Cobain was no more, and Kurt. And so my favorite. So Lauren would always ask guests. So people would always pick young, hip guys, and I would say Bob Newhart every week. Bob Newhart. Let's get Bob Newhart. So finally we got Bob Newhart. I wrote a sketch for Bob Newhart, and he used it in his. He asked me, "Can I use that in my stand-up?" He used my thing I wrote in stand-up, because Bob Newhart does like one-way conversations, and so my sketch I wrote for him was a one-way conversation that he was a postal supervisor, and he was talking to a disgruntled employee at the post office, and that was the idea of it. And he really liked it. And he did it in his act, and it was one of the high points of my life.
Was there a joke in that one? Do you remember? I mean,
Well, the joke
I know
was-
there was a joke in that one, but is there a joke you remember in that one?
Well, Bob Newhart would go like, I'm reading your report, Mr. Henshaw, and I can't help but notice that when we asked how you would describe yourself in one word, you said you said disgruntled. That's a kind of a red flag here at the post office. Now, when we asked you what the worst part of your job was, you said working beside the devil. Now, I looked at the records, and you worked beside Bill Waterston, and I've known him 30 years, and no, I'm not calling your dog a liar. I'm just saying.
What an honor, though, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled.
All right, so
Having a childhood hero read my. Here's an interesting story too.
oh, I'm sorry.
Sort of.
We
Oh,
were going to
no,
go
sorry.
a little more, right?
Well, I was just going to say I met Don Adams one time, the great Don Adams, who played Maxwell Smart on Get Smart. And Don Adams told me that he was working in Chicago, and he lost all his money in a craps game. And that night, Bob Newhart, a young unknown man, Bob Newhart handed him this material to read, and he read it, and he said, "This is fantastic material, but I have no money. I can't pay you." And so that was what Don Adams told me. Then later, I told the story. I recounted the story to Bob Newhart, and he said, "That's what he told you, huh?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well," he goes, "this is what really happened. He goes, the first part was true. I showed him the material, and then three weeks later, I watched him do it on the Mike Douglas show."
That's good. I like that. All right, so obviously tonight many Don Adams stories, right? But this book is really, I'm saying this genuinely, this is a very, very, very good book. Very special book.
Oh, thank you.
And
I know you called it special, which is very nice.
well, it's wildly creative and entertaining, and it's great, you know? I mean, but I'm not a book critic. You'll have to understand that. I actually can barely read. But it's a great book. You should come and hear Norm and also pick up a book. You know, he pre-signed it for you.
Yes. And if you can't come in person, you can order the book on Amazon.com, or you can go to your local bookstore and support your local.
But you're going to sign books tonight after you're done, right?
Yes, I'm going to sign
So
books.
there'll be double signed. All
Absolutely,
right,
yeah.
thanks, and we'll see you back here.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, Washington Post.
Scientists in Africa have discovered the oldest known human ancestor, born 4.4 million years ago. Although unearthed only days ago, he is already engaged to Anna Nicole Smith. Texas millionaire J. Howard Marshall may have died 2 months ago, but as we see here, he and wife Anna Nicole Smith can still enjoy a romantic evening at home. Former Playboy centerfold and Guess jeans model Anna Nicole Smith collapsed this week after she suddenly realized that she actually had sex with this guy. And finally, in entertainment news, ex-Playboy centerfold Anna Nicole Smith has filed for bankruptcy. And saddest of all, she slept with this guy for nothing.
I forgot. I found something about that sort of topical because it was just Halloween and my pumpkin is sitting out on the stoop.
Yes.
A week after Halloween, you know.
So it's
all
still
shriveled and
applicable.
wrinkled. And today Anna Nicole Smith dated it. So. But Anna Nicole Smith, she's a great gal.
Yes.
But she does like the older fellas.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, Anna, where there's a will, there's a wake. I don't know. This seems, now that one seems tasteless.
Who do you think is attractive?
I like Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, stop
come on.
it. You're full.
You don't like her?
Come on.
You don't like Anna Nicole Smith?
Come on, she's gotten heavy. He's putting me on.
No, I'm not. I saw a
picture.
picture of her recently where she was really, really fat, where she didn't look good.
Right, but you're talking about years ago when she was thin. Oh, okay.
Not that long ago. Yeah, a couple
All right.
years ago.
So you like big breasts?
Yeah, I like big breasts.
Does your wife have big breasts?
She has normal size
What,
breasts.
C cups?
I don't know. I hear you talking about those. I don't follow those.
You're in bad shape. Do you like Sally Struthers too?
Oh,
I did.
You
yeah.
did, right? Yeah, that's your type.
Oh my
like
God!
blonde
I
and
love
buxom.
Sally Struthers.
Not
man.
anymore though.
What?
Well,
What?
you don't like her anymore.
No, I
No.
don't like her with the flies around her.
Yeah, it's kind of a turn off.
Judge Lance Ito this week barred all potential jurors from reading Faye Resnick's controversial new book, Nicole Brown Simpson, Diary of a Life Interrupted. The judge also barred them from reading Faye Resnick's other new book entitled Judge Lance Ito is a Big Fruit. And now it's time for Weekend Update's movie reviews. This week I saw Interview with the Vampire. And here's my review. Not gay enough. This week, a court banned gays from marching in Boston's St. Patrick's Day parade, but they will still allow them to be beaten up by drunken Irish guys. I'm afraid to know what you're applauding at there. Okay. Meanwhile, Elton John continues to deny rumors that he is engaged to his tennis racket. Well, if I can be allowed a personal opinion, you know, I think Harrison Ford's new mustache works. And by works, I mean looks really gay. In overseas news, an attempt to lift the ban on gays serving in the British Armed Forces has been defeated in Parliament. This raises a difficult legal question. How do you exactly tell if a British guy is gay? In an interview in this month's Vanity Fair, actor Tom Cruise attempts to end once and for all rumors that he is gay. Meanwhile, the U.S. Army is dealing with a scandal of its own as dozens of female recruits have charged drill instructors with sexual harassment, intimidation, and even sexual assault. Analysts are calling it the best argument yet for gays in the military. Jonathan Schmitz, the Jenny Jones guest who killed his secret gay admirer because of his fear and hatred of homosexuality, has been sentenced to 25 years in prison. Well, I guess that plan backfired, huh? And it's been reported that Keanu Reeves is engaged to actress Amanda Decadina. Asked to comment, Keanu said, "What? I thought I was gay. I'd always heard I was gay. Beginning in March, DC Comics will change Superman's traditional red and blue costume to a new form-fitting bodysuit. The problem with the old costume? Not gay enough. What the hell's going on in the country? That's not Superman. All right. TriStar's Pictures is planning a film about the 70s disco act, The Village People. While the movie will be coming out next summer, it plans to wait until Thanksgiving to come out to its parents. The artist formerly known as Prince says he now wants to be known as simply the artist. Meanwhile, I will continue to refer to him as simply the fruit. In other music news, several major acts are on tour this month, including the Counting Crows, Metallica, and the Fruit. A study on weight loss revealed this week that women who participate in a weekly diet program lost 50% more weight, snacked less, and bought more fruits and vegetables than women in general, which just goes to prove my new theory: Richard Simmons is gay. Our top story tonight. This week, after months of speculation, sitcom star Ellen DeGeneres finally admitted that, yes, she is gay. Inspired by her courage, today, diet guru Richard Simmons admitted that he is really, 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 really gay. Here's the problem with taking pictures.
Yeah.
Photographers are largely flamboyantly gay.
Right.
And so then when they take, a good look for them is a flamboyantly gay look.
Right.
So when they take your picture, you know, they want you to look flamboyantly gay, and then you're like, can I look a little less flamboyantly gay? And they're like, no, this is good. I'm like, I'm wearing a dress.
Well, again, it's tonight and tomorrow night. The Comedy Works in Larimer Square. Thanks so much for toughing
Thanks,
it out
man.
without coffee. It's great
this
to
was
meet
fun.
you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Noah. All right, on over.
Excellent suit.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I like that one.
Brand new. Oh, my. Let's get back over to Angie and Chris, please.
Wait a minute. Norm, what is wrong, Norm, with flamboyantly gay?
Yeah.
I ask you.
I ask you, Norm.
Ooh, hit a little close to home this morning, didn't
Norm,
it?
Did you see this outfit? Did you see this thing?
This is what you should have worn for the headshot, Norm. Come on. Panache.
It is cool.
Huh? Come on.
You wore that between what he's wearing now and ending up in the dress. That was halfway.
It is cool.
Norm could have worn this.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Hey, Johnny Weir called. He wants his outfit back.
Oh, hey now. He's talking to you too, not me.
I don't know who he's talking
I don't
to.
know. Maybe he's talking to me. Because Johnny Weir would look fabulous in this.
Look good in either one of these outfits.
Yeah, see.
Well, I guess the biggest thing that nobody knows about me is I'm a deeply closeted gay man.
What? I mean, that's, you're a gay man?
I'm not gay. I said I'm deeply closeted. I'm as straight as an arrow.
What's something people don't know about you?
I'm a deeply closeted gay guy.
No kidding.
Well, I'm not coming out, though.
Wait a minute. What are you revealing here today?
I'm not revealing anything. I'm saying I'm deeply closeted.
Well, that means you're gay.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Why would I say that? I'm deeply closeted.
So you're a gay man who won't admit it?
No. Do you know what deeply closeted means?
Yeah.
It means a man who will not acknowledge that he's gay.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I'm not gay.
No, but that means you're very, very gay, but you don't want to come out. You're so closeted.
That I refuse to say I'm gay.
Right.
Exactly.
But doesn't that mean you're gay?
Hey, easy, buddy.
Oh, this book will reveal much.
You know, on your last show, I came out as a deeply closeted gay man.
Yeah.
And I'm not gay. But David, on one time, this is a true story, and Dave, you'll attest to this, bought me a beautiful leather jacket.
Oh, that's right.
Well out of my price range. Now, I'm no one to take charity.
I'm not one to take charity.
I'm saying I sucked him off.
Surprise ending.
You're making me out to be Hal Holbrook over here.
Norm was just making me laugh. He was telling me, he said something that's so true.
What did he say?
He just did stand-up down in Florida.
Right.
Like, in Florida is such a different world with people. Like, there's a lot of creepy people in Florida, like swingers, you know?
Right.
And
What?
like after you do a stand-up gig, people from the audience will come up to you, like an overly tan, like guy with a bunch of jewelry on. And they'll say, "Hey, man, I come back to my apartment."
Is Artie telling my story?
Yes, he is.
Dad, you want to tell it? You tell it.
Yeah, why don't you let
They
Norm
go, hey,
Norm's here, but Norm
fucking
can't
bring
speak.
3 stories, and then Artie will tell one. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's pretty
How
good.
the fuck did that work out?
Yeah, why do we need you?
What
Just
the
tell your
fuck?
stories to
Norm,
Artie.
what happened in Florida? Why is doing
That
stand-up?
was-
Why
No.
Yeah, that wasn't a story I brought. I was just telling him.
Why is doing stand-up in Florida? What is Artie talking about?
No, because in Florida, where I just was, they have people that, I don't know what the fuck they do, but everybody got money. I guess, like, they had Coke for years, like, thousands of pounds of Coke, and I don't know if guys still do it, or I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, there is a lot of coke down, but you're right. People
Not
are
for
rich.
me,
And,
though.
people are rich, and you don't know why. Like they're just in your face with
So
money.
a guy picks me up. He's a limo driver, and he's like, fucking guy goes, yeah. He goes, I can take you any place, man. Anything you want. I go, what? He goes, anything you want. He goes, I got my wife. I go, your wife? Like, I thought he was talking about like drugs or something. He starts with his wife.
He could take you to his wife.
He's got his wife.
Says I can get anything I want, and then he goes, my wife.
Don't you want his wife?
Was he offering you his wife?
I don't fucking know. But it wasn't, it was all weekend long. I just meet 4 or 5 guys and they go, hey, so this is the wife and this is the other wife. And how about the 8 of us
yeah?
Well, they wouldn't say it right out, but you kind of go, oh, what are you talking about? Why are
These guys are trying to deal you their wives?
No, they all want to swing.
No, you
They
don't
wanna
know what the
swing.
fuck. You don't really know what the fuck's going on. 'Cause they don't come right out and say they want to fuck you.
Well, why does everyone want to swing with you, do you think? I mean,
Not me, anyone.
No,
anyone.
they ask. I've gone deeper into the conversation than Norm did with these people because it's fascinating, and I wanted drugs. But no, they'll tell you.
Like crazy.
They'll tell you eventually. Like, look, there's me, and this is my wife, and this is her friend Nancy, and this is my friend Ed. You know, and we'll get some ecstasy.
Ed's where it becomes problematic.
Nancy was fine.
Yeah,
Ed's
everything's
the problem.
going good. All of a sudden, Ed, what the fuck?
And Nancy's usually 46.
Who the
and
fuck
she's at
is
work
Earl?
then.
Who the fuck was this guy? Nobody told me about a guy coming out of a closet whacking off with his half-hard cock. Where the fuck did he come from?
Wait, they say, well,
Things were going really well in the fantasy. You, Nancy, and Shirley, and suddenly Earl walks in.
Yeah, what the fuck? You never told me. And then they're like, well, if we brought it up, we thought you'd say no. Of course I'd fucking say no.
Earl was an afterthought.
There's always a hot tub and ecstasy and pills, and they go, come back and we'll all fuck.
You know,
and I don't want to fuck anybody.
Like I lived in you live in a hot climate. You live in a hot climate. There's not a whole lot to do. You rely on other people, and it becomes like an orgy state. I think that's what happened. I think like I lived in Detroit for a while, and there wasn't a lot going
That's
on.
different.
And people just sort
Detroit?
of when I lived in Detroit, people would just sort of congregate together because there wasn't a lot of outside stimulation. You relied on others.
Right. Detroit was mostly rape.
No. Not, you're talking about the suburbs. I'm talking about in the suburbs of Detroit. You know, Detroit itself is a horror scene. But people would begin to rely on each other for entertainment. I think that's what happens. And then there's this weird, creepy thing that happens where people just start having
the
sex with
celebrity's
each other.
coming to town, and we kind of know he wants to party, and he can fuck my wife and her friend, and I'll fuck him.
There's a lot. That's kind of unsaid.
Yeah.
You know, the part about where
taking-
a guy's fucking me.
Who's taking them up on these offers? They
At
must
the end
be
of the
working.
night,
Live comics.
I guess the idea is
Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope. So anyways, I go, no, I go, listen, basically, I'm not a fancy guy. Fred, you know that.
Really? I always thought of you as a fancy
My
guy.
thing is, like, for a sexual encounter or something, I like to lie on top of a lady. I don't need a lot of fucking shit going on.
One girl will do it.
Yeah.
Are you currently
That's exciting enough for you.
Are you
That's
currently
good,
in a
man.
relationship, or are you playing the field?
Oh my God.
What the fuck? What are you, retarded?
Are you really having a relationship? Come on.
Come on, man. Seriously, what the fuck? Listen.
My next guest has played Allison Parker, one of the many dysfunctional but gorgeous residents of Melrose Place. Please welcome Courtney Thorne-Smith. Norm, you're sick and you're all over her like a bear rug. Just leave her alone.
No, because before, during the commercial, I was saying I had a huge crush on her.
Yeah.
And then you said you did too.
I said I did. When you were on Day by Day, I developed this big crush on you, and this whole talk show is a scheme to get you here.
I liked you when she was on the Tomorrow Show with Tom Snyder. Not the Tomorrow Show, but the later show.
He says to me in the break.
You have no idea who I am.
Yeah, no, I know from that show. That's all.
He says to me, "Oh, I really like her. I saw her. I really think she's great. I really have a crush on her." And I said, "Where? You saw her in Melrose Place?" He said, "No, I was watching Tom Snyder, and she was on, and she was a great guest." And I said, "Wait a minute, that's the show that's opposite our show. Why weren't you watching our show, pal?"
Because I wasn't on it that night.
All right, no, stay.
I dated a guy once. Well, we dated and we broke up. And to get back together, he gave me like this little G-string outfit. You know, like this little, and I was like, wait a minute. that's for you. That's not for me. So stuff like that is not good. Another guy gave me a keychain, a plastic keychain.
Well, that guy is a moron. How do I get the supermodel back? Hey, look, $1.99 at the airport. I heart New Jersey. He really gave you a
He gave me a
keychain?
plastic. I was going to bring it out, but I couldn't get it off of my keys, so I left it in the backstage. But he gave me a keychain.
Why didn't you bring out the G-string?
I love that my dirty uncle's here for this tonight. I tell you what you gotta do. You gotta bring out that G-string.
And I'm like, don't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That's not cool. So this
I
is.
grew up in Alabama.
Multiple black eyes, landing on my butt a lot. It took a little while.
Okay. Being crippled?
No. I didn't. No.
I should have warned you about him.
I know.
It's interesting what you say when you go, like, America's the greatest country in the world or something, because, like, imagine, like, you're just saying that and I can't even live there, because let's say you hear a guy who goes, hey, man, Kenya, that's the greatest country in the world. You better believe that.
Hey.
We were at a party, man, remember?
We were. We just, are we allowed to even mention whose party it was? Because it's,
Oh, Jay Leno's.
No.
It's actually not true. It was. He would not have a party. Don't trust me.
That's fine with me about that owl. I don't give a hoot. I will say Kiki does not need tricks, because I've never seen as breathtaking a girl in my life. And her smile is so genuine. It's unbelievable.
Why are you doing this to me? You're so sweet.
Is it called 9.5 seconds? It's like he's premature ejaculator.
You know what happened? This is what happened. You know what happened? He said 9.5 seconds, and I'm looking at him because I know there's more.
No, I like guys who appeal to like the, you know.
Wait a minute. Why are you looking at yourself while she's here?
Because I'm deathly pale.
Let me see.
Look, see?
That was good.
I look like Nosferatu.
Conan, I don't know if you agree with me.
Oh, here we go, folks.
I've always felt that anything that does not kill you makes you very weak. And almost killed.
Yeah.
This is a little bit like when Donahue met Marlowe. You guys.
He said, you guys.
Here we go. Even I don't get that one.
Hold on.
You're hilarious.
Yeah.
It was the first party I've been to in like 12 years. But it was fun seeing Todd, man. The Hangover was awesome. I hope the second one's...
Yeah.
Like my son was like, I don't know how they can do it again.
You realize you're not going to get to any of your things you're here to talk about. It's pretty much over now.
That's okay.
No, don't apologize. This is what happens when Norm comes to town.
But honest to God, The Hangover was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Well, The Hangover 2 is going to be even better.
I hope, yeah.
That's a windmill. It does not, in fact, pump water, but it's pretty. I think everybody can enjoy, again, sturdy steel structure. That's...
You ever tilt at it?
What's tilt at the windmill?
Yeah, I thought that's what you did to them. Wait, do you know Robert Duvall?
I do. Norm, you're killing my flow here.
No, I'm sorry.
It's the Zeppelin. All right.
Are you talking about Melrose Place? No, because
You're the biggest ass I ever met. I love you for it.
No, because I swear to God, and when I lived in L.A., I lived on the actual street called Melrose Place. There's an actual street.
There's a Melrose. Is there really a Melrose
There's really
Place?
a Melrose Place.
Okay.
You
all
know
right.
this, right?
Yes, it's true.
So they opened a restaurant called Melrose Place on it, and then it's right beside my house. And every time I go out, there's all these retards, like tourists, and these tourist retards, like they're always fat and they're taking pictures, standing in front of this restaurant.
Yeah.
All right, you got to come back when this masher isn't here.
I've got to come back with all you guys.
Yeah. I like this lineup. We got to take this on the road.
I was thinking the same thing.
You guys want to go on the road together and take this act around town?
I don't think I could survive it. I mean, right now, if you were to take my post, you'd have to subtract 8.
Maybe if you want to come up with like where to grab it and then call it something, and I'll bring it out during
what about
the contest.
like?
Now, here we go. Here we go.
No, she asked, but I like that crippler.
Yeah.
What about the long-suffering death?
Oh, that's a different one. That's different.
Let's watch her open this run up right here. It'll be another big 900. Oh, God. Wowzers.
It actually looks easy. I know it's not. I don't mean to insult you in any way, because I know how difficult it is, but because it's snow, you're like, woo! Yeah, like I went to Vegas a couple weeks ago, and a funny thing happened there, Andy.
Hi.
And a funny thing happened there in Vegas, right? I go there, to gamble. I meet a couple of midgets,
Couple of midgets?
Yeah.
Little people, I call them.
Well, I don't think of people as little people.
Yeah, your word's better.
Yeah.
Go ahead anyway. You meet a couple of midgets.
I know a lot of people in show business talk about the little people.
Right.
But I think everybody's the same. The midgets, the regular people.
Okay.
We're all human beings.
We're all human beings. That's good. That's good. You have a good attitude.
Some of us are, short and have weird big heads. So, anyway, these guys.
You're writing a book.
Yes.
How to be a model.
Yes. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Getting into Modeling.
So, like, rule number 1, be incredibly beautiful. I mean, what are the things that you can do?
I know rule number 2.
Yeah.
Don't be a midget.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask you this. Did you ever toss a prostitute off a bridge?
What's the first one?
It must be.
A quick question.
Good
I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry.
When I pick up the blue
Why is it that in some sports, like beach volleyball or snowboarding, the women are breathtakingly beautiful, and you would think they would be big, big. So you'd think they'd be big monsters of ladies.
Why would you think that, though?
Well, like softball.
We can't be women and we That's what I'm trying to.
But what's the movie going to be called? Really?
I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
She's in it.
What about my career?
Courtney Thorne-Smith, the girl sitting to your left, is in the movie.
I'm going to go see it for fun.
How do you steer everybody else away?
No, I love this girl. I would see any movie with this girl in it. She's a beautiful lady and a talented, nice talk show guest.
As evidenced by her appearance on our rival show. All right, well, there's this 2-hour season finale of Melrose Place. There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
right now. We're going to have Collective Soul in a second. Courtney Thorne Smith. We hope she's still our friend. We do love you.
Before I let you go, did you date Julia Roberts?
Listen, Dan, a feller doesn't...
No, dating doesn't, tell me anything other than maybe you went out and had dinner. Did you date Julia Roberts?
I've met her.
Have you kissed her?
Oh God, man! What kind of filth? What kind of filth is this?
Wait, look what you said earlier in this interview, and I'm filth because I said, "Did you make out with Julia Roberts?"
Oh my God! Now you see how you keep pushing it up. You keep wanting more.
I'll take that as a yes.
Nah, listen, she's a sweet lady.
Did you love her?
What?
Did you love her?
Are you? Pretty soon you're going to be asking me if I lay down with her. Good Lord.
Did you love her?
Oh my God! You remind me of?
No.
You remind me of a young, I don't know, a young Ring Lardner.
Ring Lardner. Well, that's playing to my demo here. Come on, Noah.
You remind me of a young W.C. Hines.
Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett.
Norm MacDonald is a comedian's comedian, a man who has earned both respect from his peers and laughs from the audience.
There are obviously a lot of entertaining celebrities, but Norm MacDonald used to come on our show in the early days, and those were, I thought, great television because we never knew what was happening, and it was always teetering on the edge of, it was all about to blow up. It's all about to fail, and it would always end brilliantly, and then he stopped coming around, and it was just a period that passed. And I was always sad about that because I thought, we're a very celebrity-conscious age, and people always think that the best guests are the biggest celebrities. Sometimes, the best guests are these people that you have a weird connection with, and it's compelling television. People see and they talk to me about it later on. Like, I'll be out in the world walking around, and people will say, I saw that when you were with Harlan or when you were with Norm or with Will Arnett, that got wild and crazy in a way that they don't see on television.
But what's the movie going to be called? Really?
I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
Smith, the girl sitting to your left, is in the movie.
I'm going to go see it for fun.
There's this movie coming out.
Yes.
Title undetermined at this point.
Chairman of the board.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
You know, I learned a little bit about that was Norm. And of course, Norm's a little crazy, but Norm, a big host would come and we'd all get all hopped up, like, okay, Rosie's gonna bring in big ratings. Let's get our AP. Where's my goat? I'm gonna throw out a goat. And Norm would sit there in the pitch meeting. We'd all be dead serious. Will would throw out, I'm going to do a cheerleader.
Right.
This one and that. And Norm would be like, yeah, I got a sketch ready. You're going in your pants, you know? and you're just walking around, and you're like, yeah, I'm the guy with the in my pants, you know? I hate this guy, and you look at him like he was nuts, but he knew what he was doing.
Norm knew exactly. Listen, one of the single funniest things I've ever seen in my life is when he did Letterman, how quickly he would throw the sport coat off at the end of the sketch. Nothing made me laugh harder than Norm. Doing Letterman, and I said to him, "What's with the sport?" You know how Letterman, how ill at ease he is with show business. Yeah. Norm said, "That's all I had at the beginning. The essence of it was his discomfort." I said, "This guy's a freaking genius."
My apologies to Jenna Elfman. Good night, everybody.
He is a genius. He would warm up the crowd. Now, when I would warm up the crowd, I would warm it up like I was playing the Garden, and I wanted to teach everyone a lesson. If I'm cut from tonight, I want you to know I should have been on.
That I was a badass.
Yeah, I'd warm up the crowd, kill. Norm would go up behind me, and he'd go, hey, you know, Jim Brewer and these guys, he's got all these great impressions, you know. So I said, oh, I better learn some impressions. So, are you guys all ready? This is my newest impression of these. I love it. Because here's Ed Sullivan. And I'm like, he's really going to do Ed Sullivan? Like, why would you? He goes, Ed Sullivan introducing the Beatles. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Beatles. Well, I got to work on that one a little bit. I see you during the show.
He's got a little Andy Kaufman in him, Norm. He likes to frustrate, titillate a little, but then periodically he'll say something like, "You know, I feel sorry for the homeless guy's dog, because you know the dog's thinking this is the longest walk I've ever been on."
I give a guy some money out there, a homeless guy in the street, and this is a kind of odd thing. He had a dog with him. You ever see this? He's a homeless guy, but he's got a dog. That kind of odd there. Guy got no home, you know, but he's got a dog. Yeah. And the dog's really thrilled with this idea, you know. Dog's going, hey, pal, I can do this by myself pretty well here, you know. The longest walk in the world you got me on here. What the hell? What the hell kind of a thing? What the deuce?
Norm's hosting a sports show now, Jimbo, on Comedy Central.
Oh, that's dangerous. You and I both know that can be very.
Yeah, but that is a panel I volunteer for, because I want to be in the blast site of that when that goes off, because that is going to be a hoot.
Tonight, the NBA is rescheduling Chicago's playoff games around Oprah Winfrey's farewell show. Apparently, the Bulls are taking orders from the cows. Even more surprising than this, Michael Jordan's Hitler mustache. Have you seen these underwear ads? We have some breaking news to report here. This, just off the wire. Reuters News is reporting now that the Mike Tyson app has just raped another app.
Well, you know what? I like Norm MacDonald. Let's give him the money for the week.
I didn't even know he had a podcast.
Oh yeah, dude, Norm MacDonald. Did you see him on Conan telling that moth joke?
No.
Yeah, you got to see it.
No, I haven't.
Dude, you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do? You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier. So he didn't. He just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL. And I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, yeah, so, people know I got fired from this show. So now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up. What?
You're very kind. You know, in the what's that? Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That is my name. You know, when the people here asked me to do the show, you know, I gotta say, I felt kind of weird. You know, I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show. You know, I used to do the weekend update news routine. You remember that? And yeah, that's where I did the make-believe news jokes. You know, that was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, you know? Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you know, you don't want it. But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so damn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
It goes, there's comics, and then there's comics. Is one of the rare comics, which means 6 people think he's funny. Norm MacDonald.
One time I was hosting, and there was 3 guys.
I've never hosted. How many times have you hosted?
Just one time. It was a mistake.
Did it not go well?
It was all right.
Did you do Update?
No.
You didn't even do Update?
It was right after I got fired from Update. I thought it'd be funnier back then. But anyways, so there were three guys doing music, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know music, I just know old music. Like, again, Lauren would go, who do you like? And I go, you like this guy,
Bobby Goldsboro?
Yeah, Bobby Goldsboro. Eddie Cantor, is he around? And Lauren go, you've got to go, you know. So
who'd they have on? Very hip.
So they
kids.
had hip guys that everyone else knew except me. It was Snoop Dogg. He just changed his name, and he was angry because I kept getting it wrong. Mm-hmm. It used to be Snoop Doggy Dogg. It was Snoop Dogg and Eminem and Dr. Dre.
That's a pretty heavy lineup.
Yeah, but to me it was 2 black guys and a white guy. So I go to introduce them.
You're beautiful.
And they were all
just trying to get this into the barn. Don't go black-white on.
They were all standing like in rap.
There with Francis Farmer. They were about to go up and take me with you.
They were standing in rap positions, as you know, like against, and I'm about to introduce them. So they're standing in that rap position where it looks like they'll either start singing rap or pull a gun and kill you. So then I go, as a joke, I look at them, because I remember this is kind of a Letterman-y thing to do, but I go, fellas, are you ready? Are you ready? Which forces them to go shake their heads slightly. Even though they're in this crazy dangerous
all posed up.
All posed up. So I thought that was funny. But then I learned later they were geniuses, and I should have befriended them rather than... I was just talking to Dre backstage. I don't know if he's a real doctor, but he did prescribe me some stuff. So I don't know.
Hey, Gus. And that leads us to our first special merit award of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, for nearly 30 years. Okay, folks, before we continue, I have an announcement from the management. Would the owner of a Glock 9 with the inscription, "Too Puffy with Love," please pick up your gun? It's at the hospitality suite.
There's something about Norm MacDonald that every time he opens his mouth, I laugh. I don't know. It's just the style. It's the type of thing you can ask him anything. I mean, you remember from Saturday Night Live, and he anchored Weekend Update, and then did some OJ thing and got taken off by, what's the guy's name who took you off? I don't know. You don't remember either. Yeah. Anyway, aside from having the same birthday as me, you got problems. You're wearing eyeglasses, and the reason
wearing
is
eyeglasses
why?
because I swam for 2 days and got chlorine in my eye, and then I don't know, man. I thought I had allergies at first, but now I go, no, this feels like chlorine, like it burned my eye or something. I don't know if can actually happen.
Yeah,
I'll have to check the computer. I Google, computer MD, and then he tells me.
Is that the way it works?
That's what I do now, because I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. So
it makes life easy.
I'll go, and I'm reaching the age where, when you're young, you go, "Hey, man, my left arm hurts." Let's go. I'll have some soup. But then when you're older, you go, "Oh, my left arm." So it's probably nothing, but I could be having a massive heart attack.
Well, if you did, that'd be great publicity for the show.
Oh, I don't have one now.
Oh, if you're going to do it here. Well, look, everybody'd be talking about you. I get the publicity. It would work.
Yeah, it would. In a cynical world, it would work.
If you had to do a show right this minute, can you just turn on a dime and do it?
A comedy show?
Mm-hmm.
On what?
Well, you're here at No, forget me. You're at Cobb's right now.
I can do it, yeah.
You can do it? You just turn yourself on and off?
Yes, sir.
Can we turn up the volume a little?
Am I not talking loud enough?
There you go. No, there you go. So what happened to your sports gig? That wasn't a bad show. And
that's fun, man, because I knew about sports, and so it was fun to do something like, because when I did Weekend Update and we did politics, I don't know anything about politics.
Oh, yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Why, because you're Canadian?
Because it doesn't interest me. It's gossip. It's like reality show to me. Like if I watch, sometimes I'll turn it on, and I feel like a moron. Like a guy's going, like there's a politician that I'm supposed to back or something, and he's like, I'm going to watch him. And then he goes, "We got to get America working again." And I go, okay, I'm a moron. Okay.
So you don't vote?
This is my guy.
Well, you're an American citizen, right?
No.
You're still Canada? Who's the Prime Minister of Canada? I don't know. Don't look at me.
It's so inconsequential. Even when you're Canadian, you rarely remember. Because it doesn't really... it's much more... If you're a Canadian, it's much more important to know the President of the United States than the Prime Minister of Canada.
And to know everybody on a hockey team.
Yeah.
Stephen Harper. I just got
That's
that.
his name.
That's his name, Stephen Harper.
Conservative from the West Coast.
The West Coast being what, Vancouver or something like that?
Maybe Alberta. I think it's Alberta.
Did you sleep last night?
I haven't slept like about 3 days. I've been very tired. Do I sound tired or something?
Yeah, it could have fooled me. Yeah.
Well, I thought maybe I was getting a cold. I'm not sure. I had a sore throat.
That's that. Did I shake your hand?
I was warning everyone not to.
Yeah, I'm paranoid. I don't.
No, I am too. I'm like always that. So I thought it was just allergies with the chlorine. I don't know. I may be having like a cold or some gross thing.
You think?
I don't know. I haven't been sleeping very well. I've been sleeping, but
it's a shame we don't have a sleep train to add this hour. I could have helped you with that.
Yeah, sleep what?
Yeah, Sleep Train. It's a sponsor of ours.
Oh, Sleep Train.
A Sleep Train. Yeah, and they have all these different mattresses.
Oh, mattresses. I got a mattress.
You got a mattress?
Yeah, I got the hardest mattress there was in the store.
What was that?
I don't know what it's called. It was a mattress store I went to, and the guy said, "What do you like? This." He goes, "Would you like try a harder one?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What about the hardest one of all?" I go, "Yeah." So that one was really cool. I go, "I'll get this."
And it's worked out?
It doesn't
seem to have.
It's like sleeping on the floor.
Is it really? Why don't you just sleep on the floor? It's cheaper.
Well, I would, but people tell me, I don't know, people tell me I shouldn't, and they also, I think if I roll around in a fetal position, it'd be a lot of pressure on my skeleton against the hard floor. It might be really too hard.
Well, you could get a pillow for that. That's a lot cheaper. Go back to the sports show. Why'd they cancel it?
I don't know. I think
they said low numbers, but I read that you were getting like a million a night. That wasn't bad.
It was good. Yeah, we had good numbers. I don't know why they didn't. I think they thought, well, I mean, there is a right thinking to when something has sports in its title, no woman will watch. Therefore, you cut the audience in half instantly, which is a bad mistake.
That's not really true. A lot of women who love sports.
But no, there's not. No, not that'll watch it.
Oh, yeah.
No, well, that's not what the numbers showed.
Really?
No, the vast majority of women didn't. You know, even when, like in testing, they'd show the show, and then women and men would like it equally, you know what I mean? But they were forced in testing to watch it. But in the thing, when it says sports on it, that's the lady wants to turn it to a different channel. We're much more old-fashioned than you think.
Be honest with me on something. Would you be honest with me on something?
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't care. It's California. I'm not just really. You ripped it all?
Ripped? Mm-hmm. You mean steroids?
No.
Oh, no. Drip? No. God, no.
Then you're just tired. Then you're just tired? I mean, you just come off like you're just enjoying life too much. Just kind of.
Oh, no.
Kind of rolling with it.
Oh, God. I'm not enjoying life. I'm either sick, I'm taking NyQuil.
NyQuil's like taking drugs.
Well, it is kind of.
Yeah, they got alcohol in there.
Yeah, I know, and I don't handle alcohol at all. But, yeah, it makes you sort of like, it takes away your stuffed up nose.
You know what helps
at the expense of being like sort of lightheaded.
Ice Cold Studio helps.
It is ice cold in the studio.
Trying to help.
I said I should have because I just came from L.A. where it was deadly hot.
Like 100 degrees there.
Yeah, it was insane. So,
well, this is our heat wave. It's going to be like 86. Lloyd said 86 today in the city.
That's going to be cold. That is going to be very cold.
That's cold.
Yeah.
No, 86 is...
I'm down by the water, so it should be cold there.
I can imagine doing this.
Also, I think my voice is real low, like because I'm so nasal for my thing. That's what I think. That's why you think I'm ripped, because I realize I'm so nasal. I'm kind of slurring, and I gotta get more energy, but the energy will be very false because I'm so breathless.
Would you rather be doing the show, or would you rather be me having to do the interview? 808-0810 if you want to have fun with Norm.
That's the eternal question.
Ain't it ever? 808-0810, Ron Owens, KGO.
It's Great Values Week at Safeway. That means great prices and amazing products. Don't miss our...
One time I remember I was a little kid, I was like 8 years old, and I was behind my garage. I was sneaking a cigarette back there, and my dad caught me. I'll never forget it. And he grabbed me, and he hauled me in, and I thought I was in for the strapping of my life, you know? What he did is he pulled out this giant cigar. Must have been half the size of my arm, this big cigar. Stuck it in my mouth, lit it up, made me smoke it all the way through, right to the end. That's when I started smoking cigars real heavy.
That, of course, is Norm MacDonald. Now, how would you did you hear yourself just now?
Yeah.
You think you sound the same?
No, I don't sound anything like that. That was when I was like young, and I was like, when I did my act, I was like in dead fear. So like my voice would like go octaves up, you know what I mean?
In fear of what? People not liking it?
I don't know. No, I didn't really care if people liked it. I think when I have this thing where if I'm afraid if I go on stage, I'll have a big heart attack and croak, and then I always think that.
You do?
Yeah.
Again, it'd be good publicity for the club. I mean, you're going to be where? You're going to be over at Cobb's this week.
Cobb's,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, we good. Help them out a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, I have nothing against being a martyr.
All right.
For comedy, for free speech.
I'm gonna need help on this. 808-0810. Folks, you help interview him. Okay? Let's have fun. Rachel, San Jose, start it off. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Ron. I just wanted to tell you, Norm, that I've loved you for so long, and I really love the roast you did for Bob Saget. That was just some of the funniest comedy I think I've ever seen.
Oh, you're sweet.
Saget's a friend. I like him.
Saget's a good guy.
Where was the roast on, Rachel? I never saw it.
I think it was Comedy Central, and
really?
It was so great. If you could play a clip of it, I don't know if you can, but
I can't, but Chris Hernandez can.
He was roasting the roast. It was just so funny.
Ah, all right. Do you remember any of it, Norm?
Yeah.
Yep. What do you remember?
I did a roast of Bob Saget, and why? You have a clip of it?
No, we will get one.
Oh, he said there was a clip.
I think we're going to go. Where are you going with this?
No, I was just wondering if there was a clip.
All right, no.
No, I instead of just me just explaining it. But it was supposed to be, these roasts, you're supposed to like insult people and be real dirty and stuff
Right.
like that. So instead of doing that, I got a book that my dad gave me when I was a little boy. It was called like 101 Insults to Tell People at a Retirement Party. So I got all my jokes out of that book.
You did, huh?
Yeah, and then and none of them were dirty at all. They were like.
I'm going to give it one more shot. How'd you get the Saturday Night Live gig? If you were you were the guy that was afraid and your voice would rise, how'd you get the gig?
I don't know. I just went to Lauren. They like my stand-up, and then they said, come in and do 2 characters and 2 impressions. And I said, I don't got nothing.
And that was it?
Yeah, that was it. I said, I'll go on as a writer because I said, I'm not going to the audition because I don't know how to do characters or impressions.
Here's what we're going to do. You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it to your face, I love you. You make me laugh like crazy. I will plug where you're going. You're going to be at Cobb's tonight, 8 and 10:15, Saturday, 8 and 10:15, Sunday, 8 o'clock. Don't be upset with me. We're done, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Norm. I love you. Cool. I like you. Next time. We'll catch you next time.
Okay, baby. That was fun. The only guy I can really do is Richard Nixon.
Well, that's you're over. Yeah, I see that.
But I can do an exact Richard Nixon.
Okay.
And I can only do one thing.
Okay.
But he's being interviewed by David Frost.
Right.
And they made a movie where they pretended David Frost.
Yes, Frost
won,
Nixon.
but in the real tapes, Nixon won. Clearly.
Right.
But anyways, it was very funny because Nixon would use the ridiculousness of Watergate against his interlocutor.
Right.
And so at one point, David Frost says now when Howard Hunt and G. Gordon Liddy broke into the Watergate Hotel, they were wearing wigs and listening devices. And Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose you could say they were wearing listening devices, or perhaps you'd call them hearing devices. And wigs. Only thing I can do.
That's the greatest thing I've ever seen. So what I was going to ask you to do, the Nixon Watergate, I have to hear that again.
I would do it because I love doing Nixon so much. David Frost is interviewing Richard Nixon.
Right.
Because Watergate was so ridiculous, Nixon would use that for his own benefit. So at one point, David Frost goes, now, Mr. Nixon, when E. Howard Hunt and Gordon Liddy entered the Watergate Hotel and broke into the room, at that moment, they were carrying listening devices and wigs. Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose that they were carrying listening devices. Perhaps you could call them hearing devices. And wigs. Never stop work, but that might be a blessing.
I won't stop work.
You know, you're going to retire.
No, I won't retire.
As Nixon said, drink too little, think too much.
Is that a Nixon quote? All right.
Yeah. Well, he said the unhappiest people he knew.
Oh,
you know,
that makes sense.
He said people think it's wonderful to get a car,
But and if you had 2 cars, wouldn't it be wonderful if you had a golf membership? Well, wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? But for those of us that know, the unhappiest people I know are the ones that drink too little. I mean, drink too much, think too little, play too much bridge. Anyways, we're straying.
What's that from?
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah, well, the joke was a bit wordy.
Do you have any other color jokes? I mean, he's just blue and yellow.
Did you just say, do we have any other colored jokes?
I knew you were going to say that.
Fucking Jimmy the Greek over here. I want to...
Jimmy the Greek.
How about Jimmy the Greek gets kicked out for being a racist? Meanwhile, they call him the Greek. On TV. Mr. Musburger.
Yes, sir.
People that you've worked with, and if you're in... Now listen, you were on TV for years with a guy called Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek.
And which I always found odd that he was thrown out for racism. Everybody called him the Greek. But here you had a bookmaker on the program.
I did.
Which I found fascinating. But were there a lot of guys in sportscasting that developed gambling problems? Or not problems?
No, you mean, yeah, exactly.
By the way, he's got another Greek bookmaker sitting right next to him.
There we go. I was about to say, I've got Chris
He has not changed a bit in that regard. So.
You know, Norm, it was fascinating because I'm going to be perfectly honest. I knew next to nothing. I mean, I knew you could bet on games and point spreads, and Bob Martin was a legendary. But the Greek would always take me over to the Barbary Coast, and Michael Gunn, who owns the South Point, he was operating the Barbary over there. And Jimmy
Good
Vaccaro.
steak. Good steak.
Best.
Yeah.
You know, he moved Michael's from Barbary right down here to the South Point, as you know. So I said to the Greek, I said, Greek, well, you like going over to the Barbary? I called him the Greek. Hey, Greek. You know, it was unbelievable. He's sitting around. Greek, come on, let's go out here for have a dinner.
Greek, you have to go. You're racist.
I never really thought
the most racist
when you
Greek
think about
there
it. When you think about it, he's absolutely. What do you like going to the Barbary Coast for? Hey, parlay cards. Ties win.
Ties win.
that was why the Greek would go to the Barbary Coast, because you were the only guys that has ties winning.
That's a big thing.
He knew value. Yeah. He knew value.
That's a lot of EV on the ties win.
Yeah, we still run that ties win card, and I got to make it every week, and I got to tell you, I hate that thing.
They do not. They don't.
Greek doesn't like it. No.
I remember they lost money for a while on those 10-point 3-team parlays. I don't know if they do those anymore.
We don't do those anymore. We got wised up on that.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But
A reporter from WRC-TV was asking questions about Martin Luther King's birthday and the progress blacks have made in society. There, CBS sports commentator Jimmy the Greek Snyder gave his impressions of blacks in coaching in the National Football League. His answers could raise as much controversy as the statements by former Dodgers executive Al Campanis last April on ABC's Nightline news program.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to have to equalize it for the blacks, for the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody. I mean, let's make it equal for everybody, you know.
And is it equal? What about in sports?
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. The black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there. The only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Yeah, maybe we need to get more black coaches, don't we?
Oh, it's all right with me.
Okay, well,
I'm sure that they'll take over that pretty soon, too.
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer.
I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday.
Which brings us to two notable comedians and two friends of Gilbert's. And Gilbert, you might have to do the driving on this one. Let's start with the late, great Norm.
Yeah, I remember doing Norm's podcast. And, you know, as always, it turned with any of my comic friends who would turn like deranged.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very funny with that. He'd always talk with like a sneer, you know. It's like, and I remember right after I put that photo up a few times. It's one of my favorite photos. Afterwards, after doing Norm's show, Norm and I joined Jeff Ross and, of course, Bob Saget.
Yeah.
And I remember that being a night of just nonstop laughs.
You could tell even from the still photo that you guys were ripping it up.
Yeah, it was just so much fun.
Truly original, truly original. I never met him. You know, it's funny. I'm in comedy a long time, and I know a million comedians, and I've gotten to work with a million comedians, and for some reason our paths never crossed. And we wanted to get him on this show, Gil, as you know.
Yes.
And he was Norm. So he was strangely strangely hard to pin down, or non-committal, or could do it and then couldn't do it, and
I don't really know. You know, I know I'm working.
One of the truly great comic minds, though, and that his last appearance on Letterman, where he got so emotional, you know, and in ways it sounds corny. I felt I knew him through his work, and obviously a lot of mutual friends. That Letterman appearance, really.
Gil, your appearance on his podcast, that whole podcast was so good.
It was,
and so funny.
Yeah, let's not diminish that, Gilbert. It made history, your appearance, and also the Einstein episode.
Yeah.
With Norm.
Yeah, I remember when I was on Norm's podcast. Afterwards, I just felt like I ran a marathon. It was just got crazier and crazier.
Netflix owns that show now, and they're not available to the public, unfortunately, and they're sitting on them. Hopefully, one day it would be great if that podcast was re-released, because
there's that Bob Einstein episode is also legend.
Yep.
You know, what can you say about the guy? I mean, a really rare, truly original comic voice.
Oh, it just really
and I love
such
Kurt
a
Ferguson
loss.
more than life itself.
He, by the way, Norm's book, based on a true story, not a memoir, which is so funny. The audio book, he narrates it. So if you miss Norm and you've never heard him reading his book, it's brilliant.
Now I got to get it. Yeah, I regret never meeting the man. And Gilbert,
Same.
I'm glad you had such wonderful times with him.
Yes, he was a lot of fun.
It's a big loss. It's a loss for this
podcast,
just
like a total smartass.
Yeah, I wish our paths had crossed. So let's move on to Bob, last but not least.
Yeah.
Which was a blow and not expected. And I will say that I had just reached out to Bob. We just recorded our 400th episode a couple of days ago, Gilbert and I reached out to Bob and I said, will you come and do this with us? And he said, I think I'm on a plane that night. And we were going back and forth and trying to arrange something. And then I sent him the link, which has been shared online. I sent him the link to Don Rickles' estate auction. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
They
I bid on a couple things.
You bid on a couple of things?
And I got none of them.
Bob's face was on a couple of items that, you know, like there was pictures of them together and a poster or something. And I said, hey, you might want to bid on some of these things. And he wrote me back and he said, this just makes me sad, actually. And he said, but life goes on. And I had said to my wife, I have to call Bob. I have to text Bob. We have to we moved the date of the 400th episode, and I got a phone call from my sister-in-law probably 20 minutes later telling me she just heard that he was gone. It was very shocking, and still is.
And so I had just spoken to Bob like a few days before he died. And we were on the phone, and as always, the minute anything turned at all sincere or serious, we turn it to just complete filth and make it reverse, and it was always fun. And it was like, I always remember, like, when the Aristocrats came out, people were saying, can you believe Bob Saget talks like that? And to people who knew him, they said, we couldn't believe he could speak any other way.
It wasn't Danny Tanner.
No.
I didn't know him that well. I certainly didn't know him well as Gilbert, but but that was part of him. But there was such a gentleness to the guy.
Yes.
Too. I mean, his humor was so edgy and so dark and so it could be so scatological, as you'll hear because we're rerunning the second episode that we did with him. But he didn't want to injure. He didn't want to hurt anybody. He was very, very, very sensitive guy. Did he always tell you that he loved you before he hung up the phone, Gilbert?
Yes.
As Dara shared with me, there was a real kindness to him that you couldn't miss.
And I remember I got a call from Jeff Ross who said, sad news, Bob Saget died. And I swear, I thought, this is going to be a funny, sick joke. And I said, okay. And I was waiting for the punchline. And then he said, no, seriously, he died. And I still have a hard time grasping that.
It's a gut punch. It really is. Gilbert you made the rounds. You went on CNN. You went on television. You said some lovely things about him. But 65. I mean, it's too young. It's too big a loss for.
And it seemed like he was another one starting out again. Like he did a live show.
Yeah.
And he was really excited to be getting back to live performing. And
going back to the second podcast with him, and he started that podcast, Bob Saget's Here For You. And it did seem like he was entering another phase of his career and another phase of his life. It seemed like he was more wistful and trying more to be of service. I mean, he was, that's why he was pleasant to be around. There really was no show business at all to the guy.
Yeah.
And he struck me, again, didn't know him well, but he struck me as also having a sadness about him. Do you think that, Gil, did you feel that?
Yeah.
A depth and a sadness about him.
And he also, he had two sisters who died.
Yeah, that's right.
One from scleroderma, which was a charity he did loads of work for.
Yes, to his credit.
And see, there's another thing that shows that what I've always said about comedy and tragedy. He made, I remember being with him a few times where he made jokes about his sister. Really deranged stuff. But then you see, he loved his sister.
Of course.
And his family was totally traumatized by it. But he could just be completely sick. I think if you could communicate with the dead and get in touch with Bob Saget, he would make completely bad taste jokes about his own death. He was that kind. He would just really
staying true to his art to the end.
Yes.
To the bitter end. It's a big loss for us personally, for Gilbert and Jeff and Stamos and obviously a lot of his friends and fans.
And I put up a photo too. I was on the beach with Jeff, and we're holding up a phone, and on the phone is Bob Saget, because we're sitting on the beach and said, "Hey, let's call Bob."
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not much else we can add. Rest in peace, Bob.
I envy you because you have, obviously, you're a more enlightened person. See, I think of sex as a shameful, filthy act.
Catholic, are you?
No.
Oh, where have you picked this up?
I grew up that way, and
on the farm, watching animals doing it in rural Canada.
Sow.
A moose being ransacked against some timber.
Sow.
A sow.
Sow.
They, listen.
We were pig farmers.
They're not gracious creatures when it comes to conjugal matters. I've recently had an interaction.
Worst oral sex you could imagine.
Horrible gums, sort of yellowing molars. I would never engage in sex with anything porcine. I see once, I went round a friend's house, they had a pig, they thought it was an angle.
Yeah.
I go, it's like, they goes, oh, the pig's coming out, and I could hear it. So this sort of desperate respiratory announcements preceded its arrival. It come out, blind it was, shuffled out at me, and they went, with a pig, and you'll know this being from the world of pig farming, they said never take a step back once that pig comes out, otherwise the pig owns the hierarchical status between the two of you.
Yeah.
In fact, take a step towards the pig. Never did I deny my nature more, I'm a vegetarian, than stepping towards this unholy looking creature.
It is.
I did it anyway.
It is an unholy creature, for God's sake. Jesus threw the demons in them and let them go over the cliff.
Jesus thought that they were simply a receptacle for demons. And then even then, get them over a cliff. It wasn't like let them live in the barnyard full of demons. Got rid of them, executed them. So for me, I got no... as a vegetarian, I love all of the animals, but pigs...
I will tell you my idea about vegetarian. First of all, let me say, I once saw a video, and I don't search out these videos, but when guys show them to you, they go, you'll want to see this, and you're like, Jesus. And then there's no one seeing it, But it was a guy a pig having sex with a lady.
I've seen that.
And
they have prehensile penises, don't they?
They do.
Like corkscrews.
Yeah.
It's like their penis is its own independent entity trying to get away from the pig, which all of us can identify with. Ghastly little
But
creature.
I felt sorry for the pig, because here's the pig having sex with a beautiful woman, then they throw him back in the sty, You know what I'm saying?
It's like a cruel thing to do. It's like the midpoint of trading places. It's a very unfair thing to do that.
During the break, he's become even more funny and famous. Now, you recently gave a speech at the University of Iowa, and I'm told that 80% of the audience walked out. What could you possibly have said to them to make 80% of them walk out?
Well, it wasn't a speech. It was like some stand-up.
Well, what did you say to them?
I was just talking, I don't have my stand-up act. I just talk about whatever I'm thinking about lately.
So
but at the time, it was about having sex with an animal. But it wasn't weird. It was like I'm not in favor. I'm not in favor of it. But I was just talking about it because I thought it was odd. Like they have a word for it, bestiality, and nobody I know has ever done it. Nobody I know, you know what I mean? I've never known anybody that's ever known anybody that's ever had sex with animals. But a lot of people are having sex with animals on account of they got that word, bestiality. It's in the dictionary. It ain't easy to get a word in the dictionary.
So somebody's doing it.
Somebody's got to be going, hey, man, even if some animals, hey, we got to come up with a word, whatever. So I can't remember what joke, but it was some joke about, I said, I feel sorry for the animal because, they get to have sex with a super hot lady, and then the next day they bring him back another pig. Because the pig initially, he was having sex with another pig. He didn't know. He was, hey, this is a nice looking thing. But then they go, And then I also said I feel sorry for. Imagine if you watch one of those video, of a guy, a pig having sex with a woman, and then you recognize that, hey, isn't that woman that wouldn't go out with me? Anyway, this is just harmless joke.
Yeah,
Ralph Bellamy would be.
Well, but I think that let's save our sympathy here for the female because, in a way, where do you get yourself to look at that thing and think, I will put that into my mouth? I mean, I wouldn't eat it if it had been cooked. So live, writhing, and about to dispense sperm.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh,
But a human being, I think anything that you do
But
sexually...
what do you think is wronger?
Wrong in...
More wrong. What do you think is more wrong? Having sex with a child, human being, or an adult pig?
Like, you've got to do one. That's the
You got to
options.
do one, yeah. You're on a deserted
It's
island.
not me, it's some hypothetical
You're
person.
on a deserted
Russell
island
Brand,
with a
and
single
elevated.
tree.
It's
You're
not
on a-
me, it's this person called Doug.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Doug
exactly.
is on this island.
Doug
Look,
is on a deserted
Doug
island.
probably went there because he likes both of these options.
Yeah.
He swam there. What? There's an island with a pig and a kid. How do I get there? Swam there with an erection, using his penis like a killer whale tail, lashing his way to the island.
How old are you?
Well, hold on a minute. That's non sequitur.
What kind of erection do you have?
Hold on a second. Mine's marvelous. But let's say
Because mine is bendy.
I do it with look. I won't have sex with a child because I think the pig may not be as bothered as a child. I think it could have huge psychological impact on the child. So out of compassion, I would advise Doug to do it with the pig and to leave the child alone because of the potential psychological impact. Even though the child's on a bloody island anyway, that's going to mess him up, all that Robinson Crusoe crap. But
You know, are these street jokes?
No.
So you wrote them?
They're not. Someone wrote them.
No, I'll just read it then.
Yeah.
When you're single trying to attract a partner, it's important to project the qualities you desire, which I understand, but boy, oh boy, have I had to suck a lot of dick lately.
That's sort of like a Bobby Lee joke.
It is a lot like a Bobby Lee.
All right. What about this one? This is for you. Here's one for Bobby Lee.
I don't want to know no more dick sucker.
No, sir.
And then I also said that I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
That's a sharp left turn.
Yeah, which I didn't know there was a camera on.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not gay, but in high school I sucked my cousin's dick.
Yeah,
sure.
Boy, was it hot outside today. I went out to buy a California Pizza Kitchen signature pepperoni frozen flatbread, and by the time I got home, it was perfectly cooked and entirely eaten. 100% true.
Oh, you ate it. See, I love
Wait,
how
stop.
he laughs. I love how he laughs. It's just weird, man. Some of them are odd. I'm not going to lie to you.
This is a joke.
Well, some of them.
But this is a joke.
I think technically.
Like an observational joke?
What about this one? This is a short one, fast one.
Okay. I signed up for my company's 401k.
401k?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I fucked it up.
No.
Don't give me a line reading.
I
give me a line reading.
I didn't know what 401k was, so I thought.
I mean, you give me a line reading and then you touch me. That's
Well, you're very
I know,
soft.
I know. I signed up for my company's 401k, but I don't think I can run that far.
It is a long way. Wait, I gotta get one that's gonna make Bobby happy. I don't like when he scowls after that. You ever hear of steampunk?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, there's a joke for you.
I wouldn't call myself a fan of steampunk, but I will say it's the healthiest way to prepare punk.
If I was grading constellations, well, this is a thing we get once in a while. We ask for letters from people that have problems, and it's actually called Dear Bobby. So this one says, Dear Bobby, I am in love with 2 boys and don't know which one to marry. First there's Andy. He's sort of blonde and sells insurance. Mama likes him, which helps a lot. He's very reliable and seems anxious to get married. Then there's Tony. He's dark and sort of gives me the creeps, but they're awfully nice creeps. I don't know which one I like best. In the daytime, I like Andy, but I believe I like Tony better at night. Which one do you think would make the best husband for me? Andy or Tony?
How long is this?
This show?
Yeah.
So how long
I have all
has
day.
it run so far?
I have all day.
So far?
But I just kind of want to know how long it is.
It's over. But thanks, man. You were awesome. You were the best guest so far. The great Bobby Lee.
There's no one better to talk to about show business than Norm because he's brutally honest about it. Like, I'll try to tell the story quick.
Go ahead.
When Norm had his last sitcom on Fox, right? He invited me to go to the upfronts with him. You know that big thing where they introduce the shows to the advertisers? So the head of Fox, this guy Sandy Grushow, right out of Beverly Hills High, like permanent tan, permanent fake smile on his face.
Right.
The head of Fox goes up to Norm, and it's Norm and Jason Bateman, whose show had premiered, and all these Fox people. Goes up to Norm and says, right in front of me and a bunch of people, goes, Norm, I want to let you know that your show is the highest tested show we've had in Fox history. And Norm goes, wow, man, thanks. That's unbelievable. Wow. And then Grushow leaves and goes to talk to Jason Bateman. So this other executive at Fox, this woman Tracy, something comes over and goes, where's Sandy? He was just here. And Norm goes, he's over there telling Bateman that his show is the highest tested show in the history of Fox. Another great quick Norm story. Great quick Norm story.
Kid, Artie.
Well, Jim will appreciate that. They do a big Rolling Stone article about the Kansas City.
That was a great one, man.
Wait, they do a big Rolling Stone article about the cast.
I got a good one.
What? So the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Right, yeah.
And it's everybody kissing each other's ass. So they ask Norm about Chris Kattan. And it's after pages of, I've never seen someone do better character work. Norm's quote is, he seems gay to me. He goes, I've never met a guy who said he wasn't gay. He seems so gay. But I guess he says he's not gay, so whatever.
Anthony Jeselnik, are you going to be live tweeting Last Comic Standing Wednesday at 10 p.m.? You have to now.
Oh, I do. I think I keep thinking that NBC is going to tell me to stop, and they won't.
Is that an assumption that you're just not going to be asked back?
I think they're like, oh, we love you, did a great job, but they just had to cut so much of my stuff that I don't know if I would. If I could maybe go back, but I would just be smarter about it. I would just know. Like, my biggest interest was just riffing with Norm. So I wish I hadn't written so many jokes that they were just going to cut all of them and just been kind of loose and screwed around more.
Yeah, it's all for time. It's really amazing. Anytime you record anything for television, you record 2 hours for a half hour, and it all just winds up.
Oh, these were like 5-hour tapings. 100 comics, and most of them you don't even see. There are people who get past the first round who they cut out entirely, just for time. Like, it's weird how they have to do it. I just assumed that they would ignore all the comics and be like, we've got this great show with Anthony and Norm, like, getting into fights. Let's show that. Nah,
spin-off.
I thought that would have been amazing, but
I think America thinks that would be amazing too.
I see tweets like that like, you guys should have like a sitcom together.
I don't know how he didn't get one of those desks. Ferguson, Letterman, like, how did Norm MacDonald not wind up behind one of
He almost like followed Conan, I think, at one point. They weren't going to have him do an after show after Conan.
Wow.
And now here's Norm MacDonald.
I run into Norm. We're doing press, like, to promote the show. We're doing Larry King together. And Norm and I love Norm, but we kind of fought for the first couple episodes. Like, it was uncomfortable, and then we figured out how to work together. And
what are you fighting about?
Just like who's going to be the funny one? It's just two alpha males, where he would make a joke and the audience would get mad at him. So I would make fun of him to get the crowd back, and he doesn't appreciate that. So we're like figuring it out.
If I go to the ATM machine at night and it's like a white lady getting money out her account, I won't get out my car.
When you were at the ATM machine, you were no longer a black guy. You were a human being.
That was great. Almost racist, but then you got it right under the bar, Norm. That's why I love you. Keep it going for DC Urban, everybody. Great job, DC.
And so we're backstage at Larry King, and he's like, I don't know how to promote this thing. I don't know what to talk about. So when I talk about these comics, and I go, no, let's do this. Let's say that we had this horrible rivalry, and that we hate each other, and just talk trash about like things we would do to each other backstage, and like all these how much we hate each other. He goes, that's great. Let's do that. That's really funny. And I'm like, all right, great. So I go around for weeks. And I'm just throwing Norm under the bus, talking about how much I hated him and what an awful person he is. And Norm has completely forgotten that we've made this deal. Norm is just talking about how nice I am and how funny I am everywhere we go. And he still hasn't brought it up to me, but I can't think he's happy. I can't think he's happy that I'm just...
Regarding Norm, both of you guys have definitely different styles, but both of you, I think, have a real cerebral approach to your craft. And I'm just wondering, from you coming up, what did you learn from a colleague like Norm MacDonald?
he wasn't my colleague until just recently. So coming up, I couldn't really learn anything from him. But I learned from watching him on SNL when he was on Weekend Update of just that, believe in your joke. And if the audience doesn't get it, you still need to believe in it. Like not every joke has to hit. You don't want to be a crowd pleaser. You want to be a great comedian. And Norm seemed to always be going that way. So I always looked up to him, always loved him. Which is why meeting him and getting to work with him was such a huge disappointment. I can't think he's happy that I've just
But what
been
happened that night on
slamming
Larry
him.
King?
We weren't on together. We
You
weren't on
were
together.
not on-
No.
Oh, it sounded like you guys were going on.
It was like I went on first and then he went on second. So I went on and kind of trashed
Larry
him.
King. He did it when I
Loves
was
him.
on SNL.
Oh yeah.
My money,
The
pizza,
best.
the best vegetable. Hello.
He said his favorite Larry King story, and I still think this is hilarious, is someone's talking to Larry King, and Larry's like, you lost your son, right? And he goes, yeah, I lost a child. And Larry King just goes, Paul Newman says you never get over it. Like, that's the only way he could relate to someone who lost a child, was what Paul Newman said once. Like, the guy's just completely out of his mind. I don't regret doing it. But, like, now when that I'm watching it, I'm furious. And they don't seem to mind that I'm furious in, like, a funny way. Like, I'm still promoting the show by going and, like, slamming it and talking about how great I am and how much better I am than everybody else on the show. They really don't care. Like, I don't know if you've seen my Twitter, but, like, I live tweet the show, and they're borderline war crimes, what I'm doing. Like,
I will now. Wednesday, 10 p.m., we're all going to be following Anthony Jeselnik on Twitter as he live tweets Last Comic Standing. And then, of course, Norm being at the end chair. That's just manna from heaven. Like, thank you, God.
Sure,
that
but
I get to watch Norm
that was
MacDonald.
like why I took the gig was to work with Norm. I was like, oh, that's amazing. When am I going to chance like this again? Let me do this. And the way he was in the taping is so much better than the way they edit that it kills me. Like,
why? Because I think he's really good on the show.
He's
really
good on the show.
Constructive advice.
He's good, but it was fascinating to see him like unfiltered, especially when they took out all the bad comics. Some of the funniest stuff on that show is when a bad comic comes up and the judges trash them. I'm trashing them. Like, that was really fun, and that's all gone. They didn't want to embarrass anyone. So it's like the one reality show where they don't want the drama. And Norm was like borderline a monster to people. Like, he would say things that would kill me, that I would be like on the floor dying laughing. Like, I would have to take time. One of my favorites was he told this one girl, he said, he just like, and she did fine. Like, the other two judges really liked her. And this is what would happen, was like the other two judges would like the person, the crowd liked the person, and then Norm would just be like, I think you suck. And it would be like, everyone's like, I can't believe you're saying this, and I can't believe you're so against the other two judges. But so this girl, he says, she's done fine, the other judges like her. Norm says, I thought that was horrible. I think you're one of the worst people I've seen in this whole competition. And I'm like dying laughing. And then he goes, I think that you are incapable of writing a joke. And she goes, oh, well, I'll work on that. She's trying to be nice. She's like, okay, thank you. I'll work on that. And he goes, no, don't work on it. I said you are incapable. And that was the most like crushing thing he could have said to someone.
See, that's why Norm, I saw the one thing they did get through was a guy did a joke about the Bible, and then he compared it to Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
And then Norm goes, because he's from the plains of Ontario, I believe Norm is a God-fearing man. And he goes, hey, if you're going to talk about the Bible, you might want to know your stuff there. It's maybe really read the book. Harry Potter, that author is a Christian. And then Roseanne, I remember, went, what?
Yeah,
like she couldn't believe, like, J.K. Rowling, I think her name is, like, she's a Christian? Like, it was nuts. And then Norm just saying to that guy, like, that made news, like on those weird, like, Gawker sites or whatever, like, Norm MacDonald hammers comic. But all he said was, like, if you're going to do jokes about the Bible, you should really know the Bible.
Yeah.
Don't be flippant about this book, because it's very important to a lot of people, and you're isolating, and you're going to get laughs. Magic Man in the Sky, like Harry Potter, like, But they framed it up like he was destroying people. That wasn't the case at all. But what you're telling me, I mean, I would have, why don't you bang your foot down on the floor?
I actually got into an argument on the subway, and the guy quoted the Bible at me. That is not fair. Like, if you get to quote from your favorite book, I should be able to quote from my favorite book, right? He was like, men do not live on bread alone, Matthew 4:4. And it's like, everybody's a little bit magic, Harry Potter, chapter 7.
I disagree. I don't think the Bible joke is brave at all. I think if you're going to take on an entire religion, you should maybe know what you're talking about. J.K. Rowling is a Christian, and J.K. Rowling famously said, that if you're familiar with the scriptures, you could easily guess the ending of her book.
Huh? Okay.
I don't like it.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
Norm MacDonald. Norm MacDonald's a weird dude.
No kidding.
Yeah,
he really is.
He was hilarious. Like, he did this like weird thing where he went up and he was just being like he wouldn't curse. He said it was the same, like, oh, what the H, and he was being like these innocent, sweet jokes, like, Bob, if you walk up to a bathroom and the door says, gentlemen, you should ignore that and proceed in anyway. Like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And he really made me laugh. And there was one line where he made me laugh. He goes, Bob, he's the same stinker he's always been.
Stinker.
He called Bob Saget a stinker.
But he said, yeah.
Oh, dude, he was just...
Yeah.
No, there are times when Bob has something on his mind when he wears a hat. But no thoughts at all, just a hat. No, but Bob has a beautiful face, like a flower. Yeah, cauliflower. No offense, but your face looks like a cauliflower. And Bob is not very worldly. He thinks the English Channel is a British TV station and not a body of water separating England and France. Bob, you have a lot of well-wishers here tonight, and a lot of them would like to throw you down one, a well. They want to murder you in a well. Seems a little harsh, but apparently they want to murder you in a well. It says here on this card. And Bob isn't the biggest sports fan. I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school. I took him to a ball game, and he came toting a double-barreled shotgun. You remember that? I said, what the H is that for? Bob said, I heard the Lions were playing the Tigers. You remember that?
Yeah.
Do you worry when you're in the audience at the ESPYs that somebody's going to make fun of you?
Absolutely. But I think athletes, for the most part, have pretty thick skin.
I think so, too,
And
yeah.
but I think it's different, Jimmy. If I make fun of an athlete, at least I've kind of been there. When they get made fun of by, like, a unathletic comedian, it's kind of different.
Right. Like I'm trying to think of some examples, but... Yeah. But like someone...
Norm MacDonald.
Yeah, right. Like a Norm MacDonald, for instance.
Not you. I was not talking about you.
And there's Charles Woodson. How about that? Huh? What a season he had. Great, man. He became the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. And congratulations, Charles. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case... all bets are off. Just a word of advice. And finally this week, Jeanne Calment of France turned 120 years, 238 days old, making her the oldest person who has ever lived. And though she can no longer shop for herself, see friends, or even get out of bed, she still has enough strength to say, "Oh God, I want to die."
The world's oldest man, a 111-year-old parapsychologist, has passed away. He now knows for sure what all that stuff he believed in was bullshit.
Oh, shoot, that's depressing.
He now knows for sure that
Like
all that stuff he believed in was bullshit. You really got to know what a parapsychologist is.
I know, that's a weird word, parapsychologist. Oh, here, you want to read it, Joe?
The world's second oldest man died this week at 113. Good news for the third oldest man in the world, who also got bad news this week. He's dying.
Second. We have to do math? Fuck, man.
It's not.
In Connecticut this week, Glastonbury High awarded Thomas Hennessy his high school diploma
at the age of 102. Way to go, Thomas. In today's world, you know, without a diploma, you've got no future, really, you know? So good for him.
The world's oldest man, this one says, Alexander Imich. Is it the same guy passed away at 111?
Yeah.
Is that what your card says?
Same guy, yeah.
Same guy. And the world's youngest man, Declan McAllister, was just born. Oh, wait, correction. The world's youngest man, Fan Wu Chang, was just born. Wait, no, it's Gaston Leclerc. No, Javier Gutierrez. No, it's Taki Yamashita. No, there's, God damn it. No wonder they don't keep track of the youngest man.
Know the end is day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm not.
Harriet Thompson, 91.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read it? The camera?
No, you can just tell me.
Finished running the Rock and Roll San Diego Marathon in just over 7 hours, becoming the oldest person to complete a marathon and setting a world record for the fastest time in her age group. Previous record was set by Mildred Kenilworth, who died during mile 1.
Oh, goodness. So she crushed that record.
They got name, everybody's an identity, you know. Like, let's say your sexuality. Let's say a guy likes a guy. That's a homosexual. If you are attracted to a member of your own gender. If you're attracted to a member of the opposite sex, then you're a heterosexual. But what about a guy like me just whacks off all the time? What am I? I don't know. I don't even think I got a word. There's 2 reasons guys will hang themselves from the neck. One is, like we said, to escape this worthless masquerade of a life we pretend we have. And the second reason we hang ourselves from the neck is to whack off. These guys, I don't understand. But this is what I was thinking about whacking off. Think about this. It's kind of like a psychotic break you got to do, you know? Like in your mind, in your picture, you have to have a picture there of you with a lady, and you got to believe it so much that you don't even believe what's really happening. Do you know what I'm getting at? Like, I don't know, like a lot of guys, I don't have a great imagination. Like a lot of guys will do it with a Playboy magazine, say, or maybe Victoria's Secret or something like that. But I ain't got the imagination for that, you know what I mean? Like, I try, you know, but then I'll go, okay, you, come on over here with your Victoria's Secrets. Huh? I'll show you your underwear. I don't know why I'm mean to them, but, but I'll go, why don't you come on over and take off your underwear? And they go, no, I'm not doing that. And I go, no, I went down. Well, goodbye. I didn't think you would. Sorry about that crack about asking you to take your underwear off, but I don't have the imagination for that. However, there is this lady that works down the street from me at the 7-Eleven. And she's not much to look at, but she likes me, and that's the important thing. And I know in that way, in that certain way, that women like men. And I know she likes me on account of one time I was buying sour cream and onion chips and vanilla Swiss almond ice cream, and I'm getting it, right? And she goes, I like sour cream and onion chips too. And I go, oh yeah, that's interesting. And she goes, no, I really like them. And then I look up, I'm like, because sometimes the shadow of the thing is bigger than anyways, I knew that she liked me. So then, for the next 2 months, you know, I'm whacking off and, oh my God. Now, in my head is me and the girl. I don't think any guy could just in his head have, you know, himself whacking off. That wouldn't work. And I'm only talking about men. Because I've asked women, you know, I've said, what do you do when you lie with yourself and make your finger a blur like a hummingbird's wing? What do you think of in your head? And then they go, oh, a hammock. And I'm like, oh. So anyways, they're a little more advanced. But we have to think of a specific scenario. So my scenario is the lady from 7-Eleven. I go, hey, they're giving you a break. I'll show you a break on over here. My jokes don't even make sense, but anyways, I get them. But what I'm interested in is in the moment when the fever breaks. You know what I mean? When that 4 seconds of issue that you spend so much time going after, it ends. You know what I mean? So, because you're thinking of all these things in your head. You've just got a psychotic break going that would rival a paranoid schizophrenic. And then all of a sudden it stops. You know, you're like, ah! It's just me. There are no ladies at all. It's just me. I gotta get a hold of myself. What'll I do here? I know. I'll go downstairs and I'll get a cheese sandwich. Yeah. I'll never think about this again. That's right. So I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I feel bad about doing that. Self-abuse, you know, lying down with myself on account of because I'm a Christian, you know. But I'll tell you this, you know, a lot of people think Christians are self-righteous, but we're not. We're sinning all the time, you know, all the time. For instance, I eat apples. Now think about that for a second. It's on page 1. Worst thing you can do in the world. And I'm munching down apple. You know? Oh, sure, I love apples, but is it worth getting raped by the devil for all of time? I say no. Anyways, I know there's a God. And people go, well, you're only a Christian because you grew up in a Christian. And I understand that. And that's one of my biggest fears, you know, is that I picked the wrong religion, you know, that I believed, but then I die and I go, it's you. I thought it was the other fella. I should have been slaying apostates the entire time. Oh, well.
It's been a while, and I still like the way you look at me. I keep loving.
I'm bad at whacking off.
What? Bad at it?
Yeah.
How could you be bad at it?
I know. You would think it would be easy. It would be fortunate.
You cannot make yourself come?
Oh, I can, but at the wrong times. And I didn't even know about lotion.
Till when?
Till somebody that was intimate with me said, what are all those big red scabs on your cock?
The biped joke will go down in history as the most obscure.
Who did you meet having coffee?
Toady Field's daughter.
Holy Lord.
How about that?
Oh, my God.
I was excited. You have no idea who that is.
No. And is she a biped or? I don't know which side of the family she takes after. You know what
That's a great joke that only I get.
The big news is Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah, huge news.
And I don't like him, don't care for him, never did.
Really? You don't like Oscar Pistorius even before he... What are you doing?
I have something in my tooth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't like him.
You're saying, I mean, a lot of people don't like him now that he murdered somebody, but,
yeah.
but before that...
Allegedly. But also, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have problems with the murder.
Right.
But I never liked him racing with them things that look like something Wile E. Coyote would order. And
what?
Well,
you had a problem with him racing with his blades. His blades. He was the blade runner.
Yes, he
Those
was.
Teflon blades.
I did have a big problem with it.
My favorite story of all time is Pistorius.
Oh, yes.
The runner.
Tell who Pistorius is.
Well, you know who Pistorius is.
No, but for the viewers that don't know.
Who doesn't know?
Well, the viewers that don't know.
South
African gentleman.
Well, some viewers don't know. Well, he should tell it to some of the viewers who don't know who Pistorius is.
He's an Olympic runner who ran with blades. Everyone knows who he is.
Well, I wouldn't say ran with blades.
I didn't ask you what you would say
that's
right
true.
now.
That's,
You're
I mean, no,
Let's imagine you're a runner, with legs.
Yeah.
And then you go home, you go, oh, I lost, honey. Who'd you lose to? Guy with no legs.
Wait, you're saying that you didn't like that Oscar Pistorius raced against people with legs?
No, I don't. I feel that one of the basic requirements of being a sprinter is having legs. I feel that they should say, okay, listen, let's, here's the, hey, what about you? I don't think you can be on the team. Why not? Well, you're not a biped. You have no legs, so scram.
Okay.
You take your time as long as you want. But get the hell out of here.
No one's going with you on this. Nobody is with you on this at all.
Except the feller at home that's like, that son of a bitch I lost my race to that got no legs.
Are you saying he had an unfair advantage because he had these?
Well, of course. He had rocket ships.
They're not rocket ships.
Okay.
Andy, help me out here.
No, it's still him running.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, guys, I agree with you then. Oscar Pistorius is a scholar and a gentleman.
All right.
He's a murderer.
Really turned it around on us.
Alleged murderer.
And I remember he did, I mean, I think it was one of his later appearances on our show. He went after Oscar Pistorius, who's
the Blade Runner.
Convicted of murder, and he was the one who famously had blades. He was born, I guess, without legs and had blades instead, and was this great Olympic athlete. And he went after him, and his joke was something along the lines of, I have no problem with him as a murderer.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the murder.
But the murder, it's you should use your real legs if you're going to be. And it's you think about it, everything about that joke is completely wrong, and especially in this era that we're in, completely unacceptable. But it was Norm, and Norm would dig into it with this. And I know the guy to be extremely sensitive and to be very kind.
Like almost too sensitive in many ways.
Yeah. And yet he wasn't having any of this you got to be careful here, or that joke that could really hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
He I think made some kind of deal with himself early on that across the board he was not going to care.
Yeah.
About
nobody's
that.
going to tell me what to say.
Yeah, no one's going to tell me what to say. And I think,
his line was, one of the basic requirements of being a sprinter is you have to have legs.
Right.